Alrighty guys, welcome back to Seablock. So let's go ahead and get the last piece of everything that we needed to move moved, and go ahead and start making bricks. That's the last thing that we needed to do from when we were up here and moved our stuff, is to start making bricks again. So let's go ahead and start making bricks. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to need fuel. So we're going to get down here. Now I could pick off of the trees and use the trees. We're certainly making enough now, and I think it would support it, but we're also making the charcoal down here. So I think we're just going to snake the charcoal up, and use the charcoal. So let's go ahead and plop ourselves a splitter down. I'm going to drag this up over and up, I do believe. That'll work. And then we're going to have to sneak it over here to get it lined up here. And we have another underground. All right, there we go. And then we're going to jump under this one. All right, so this is where we're going to put our bricklaying. And the reason we're doing that, of course, is because we've got our clay coming down here. We've got our sand coming down here. And we've got a limestone coming down here. Now, we're going to need a lime. Is the first thing we're going to need. So we're going to have to convert limestone to lime, and we do that in a blast furnace. So let's plop ourselves down a blast furnace, and we're going to tell that to make lime from limestone, and it is going to spit out limestone and carbon dioxide. And right now, you know what, let's move this down a little bit. But right now, we don't want the carbon dioxide, and I don't want to have to deal with piping it somewhere. So we're just going to bring it in and put it in a flare stack and get rid of it. All right, now let us, and we're going to do, I guess, 2, just so it keeps up. Right? Right. And that's going to need power. And we'll tap into power over here. So that's going to start giving us our limestone. We just need to fuel it, right? And that's what that's coming up for. Next, we're going to take the limestone out of there, and then we're going to take the bricks and what have you, they're coming in. So we're going to come down by one, and we want to go over one more, I think. So this is going to give us our unburnt bricks, right? And they need the limestone that we got, the lime we got coming in. They need clay and they need sand. So what we're going to do is we're going to sneak this under here. Yeah. Right like that. And then we're going to go here and here, here and here, here and here. And that should do us, because this is going to make 4 lime every 4 seconds, right? Is it 4 seconds? Yeah, 4 lime every 4 seconds. This is going to need 2 lime every 4 seconds. So we should be able to feed 2 factories from that. That's going to give us our bricks. We're going to have to bring in our clay and our sand. And then we got to bake our bricks, and that is going to need a steel furnace. And the other thing we want to do with that, okay, because that's going to go there, we want to put that in the middle of that. So steel furnace here, steel furnace here, right? Right. And then those are going to come down there like that, right? But then we gotta feed our steel furnaces. So here and here, and then that's going to give us our fuel for our steel furnace. This is going to give us our fuel for our blast furnace, and then that should give us bricks on both sides of the belt, right? So then we just got to come down with our clay. And come over with our sand. And come up with our fuel. And then we just got to power everything. And I think that ought to do us. Yep, there we go. Now we got bricks coming in. And our bricks can go I say. What we should have done, well, no, because that would have been in the way anyway. All right. We'll just run it down here, because we're going to run it up right next to our, so we could have done this, I guess. Probably should have done that. That's okay. It's still going to end up with the underground. Here we go. This ought to be special. This ought to drive people nuts. There we go. And then we're going to follow our wood over. And follow our wood up. And that's going to go into the warehouse. Oh, and let's do this. All right, so we are down to our last of the muddy sciences, it looks like. So we're going to do these three. And then if we go down here, we still don't have blue yet. Blue science is coming next episode. Is not coming next episode, but we're going to start working on it. We need silver ore, which is what we're going to go next episode. So we're going to go down here and we're going to pick up these military sciences. And that's going to leave us 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a couple more that are just the red, green, and military, which is bullets in a jar from the looks of it. So that'll get us going. So let's go ahead and finish running this on up. And that is going to go over to bricks, right? So, yeah, we're going to run it right next to it. And then we're going to jump across here. Get rid of that. Get rid of those, because we don't need them anymore. And that should give us bricks. We just have to wait for them to come up. And we'll see if they're traveling up here. See if we hook that up. I don't know if we hooked it up or not. Yep, we did. There they are. They're coming up. All right, so that's coming up. So there we go. We're starting to make bricks. It's not going to make a lot at a time. They're not going to be real fast. Excuse me, but it will be steady. We're not really using them that fast. So we'll start to fill that warehouse up. The other thing, you can see our science is moving along pretty quickly. That I did is I went in here, and like I said, we weren't producing the red or the green science as fast as what we would like. So what I did is I just copied it, moved one up, and we snaked the two of them together. So we've effectively doubled our red and green science output. It's certainly no megabase, but it is doing what we need it to do. For the time being, we are in no hurry to get some of this other research done, because it simply means that we have to try and keep up with the research, and we're so far behind on our tech and building our tech that our research is outpacing us even with the little bit of research we have. So there's that. That's going. Everything else is cooking along. I do have one little quick surprise, if you will, at the end here. If for anybody that's kind of following along, I'll tell you right at the end. One of the things I did, I was still having problems with this slag backing up. So I set up some control wires, and basically the way these are set up is this is going to read the belt here and here, and then if the belt has 8 pieces of slag on it, it shuts the other one down. If it's less than 8 pieces of slag, it lets it through. The theory being that that will keep this from backing up. I did the same thing up here. Where is it? With this one. Because what was happening is we were getting a whole bunch of slag backed up on both of these, which was preventing this from flowing through. Now this is not flowing through because our iron is backed up. We have filled up our iron again. We've got a bunch of it in surplus that we've got in these warehouses. So I'm not too worried about the fact that it is backed up, other than the fact that it stops our other productions, which is where the problem comes in. It stops our other production stuff, and I don't like that. But at the same time, how much iron are we going to store in one place? So we're just going to go ahead and let that ride for now. Like I say, next episode, we're going to start getting into blue science. And blue science is kind of complex. This stuff we're already making. We're already making microcircuits and Atmos nodes and things like that. We know how to make those. We know how to make sulfur dioxide gas. We need silver plate. We need aluminum plate. And we need red circuits. We are not making those. And we don't have the ability right now to make silver or aluminum. So we're going to have to work on those. That's what we're going to work on next episode. And then those combine with some other stuff and give us this laser foci. And then we've got naphtha and fuel oil, and those all go together to give us this FNEI laser array, which gives us our blue science. So it's going to get a little complex, and this naphtha and fuel oil basically come from the multi-phase oil that we have down here. So we're going to have to start cracking our multi-phase oil and what have you. Now, what's nice about this is that once we start doing this and we start getting into the blue tech, we're going to take sulfur processing 4. Sulfur processing 4 is going to open up a means of us being able to make waste sulfuric water or whatever it is that is needed desperately over here to continue the processes over here. This sulfuric wastewater, we keep running out of it. It keeps running low. It's going to give us a means of being able to do that without processing waste fish water, because this whole process here is pretty slow. So we're gonna open up some of that. We're gonna open up our green science and start getting our green science. That's going to be next episode. Now, as for the surprise that I kind of mentioned, I was going to mention it at the beginning of the episode and I didn't, but that's okay, because if you've hung out all the way to the end, then you get to know about it. I thought about it, and I went ahead and I set up a Google Drive folder, and for anybody that wants a copy of it, I am going to drop my current save as of this episode. As soon as this episode is done, I'm going to make a save, and I will drop my save in that folder, and I will put that folder down below in the doobly-doo. And anybody that wants to grab a copy of my save file for this Factorio is welcome to have it. Now, the way it works with Steam is it should, as far as I know, it should want to try and add all of the mods that I'm using and everything else, so you'll be able to have all the mods and stuff. You just have to load them yourself. If it doesn't, please by all means comment and let me know, and if anybody wants a list, I will publish a list of what I'm using for mods. So there it is. If you guys want a copy of my save file, the link is going to be in the doobly-doo, and you can kind of get a head start on things or follow what I've done, or if there was some questions you wanted to look at some of the stuff that I've done and the way I've done it, you can go in and you can look at my save file and check it out. All right, guys, so that's it for now. We've got it all set up. We've got our bricks running, and there we are. So next episode is silver. Talk to you later. Bye.